And welcome back, everybody. Hey, you know, our next guest is a photographer and founder of the Bronxer. Yes. Joins us today for a look at his work. We welcome Alex Rivera to the show. Alex, welcome. Where's the camera? Show us what you're working with.
Oh, man. I got to leave it at home.
What kind of camera are you using?
I actually use two types. I have a normal Nikon, and I just got a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema.
You don't use one of these?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's like my go-to. I have to.
Yeah, everybody has one of those.
Yes,
Sometimes they do a good job. You can do movies and everything.
Oh, man, I've seen it.
So what are you working with? Tell us about yourself.
So I was born and raised in the Bronx. I mean, I lived in Dominican Republic for about a year.
DR.
Yeah, man. I am Dominican. I studied photography and media, mixed media in Bronx Community College. After that, I learned cinematography on my own. I am a fine artist, so like hyper-realistic paintings and graphic design and all that. There's a lot.
And they call you the Bronxer.
Yes. I call myself the Bronxer too.
Self-proclaimed Bronxer.
So, yes, exactly. So the Bronx is pretty much, it's a being. Is what you do, is what you want to do. You are your own traveler, and you know.
Well, how did you begin documenting the Bronx?
I don't know.
What made you want to come up with something like that?
I mean, I always pay attention to a lot of things, like in the various finest forms. And like when I'm walking around or riding my bike, I'm like, this looks interesting. This has to be here for a reason, right? Like you like questions you ask yourself.
Yeah.
But I decided to show other parts of the world and even parts of my own neighborhood that there's other parts of the Bronx. Yeah. 'Cause a lot of people are said to be, you know, just secluded in their own block or their own street, which is kind of like weird to me. Yeah. That they don't even know their front porch. Like, you know what I mean?
But you see things through photography, which makes you the creative person that you are, right? I was watching I was in Canada over the weekend, and I was watching some people were taking pictures of a puddle. I said, why? They're on the ground taking pictures of the puddle. What they were getting was a reflection out of the puddle of the Ripley's Believe It or Not sign up on the top.
Ah, that's dope.
So it's like came out backwards. So I took a look. I looked crazy like everybody else. Oh, I see what they were looking at.
Yes.
And that's that creative eye. You have that creative eye, right?
You just stop. Like that's all you have to do. Like the thing about like New York City is like nobody ever stops. Like everybody's always like fast pace, fast pace. When you take a step back, you start to notice what makes your own culture. You know.
What are some of the things that you've seen through your eye, through photography, that the general public doesn't see every day or notice every day?
Oh, a lot of
in the Bronx.
Oh yeah, a lot of rooftops. From an aerial view. So I'm known for a lot of like drone photography, especially in the Bronx, and it's just pretty cool.
Is that a new name, drone photography?
Or aerial photography, if you will. But it's different. Like, you know, you look at pigeons and birds all day, you're like, they're boring. But then like you get on a drone, you're like, I get why they fly all day. Like you get to see everything that you will never ever see as a human being. A lot of like architectural, a lot of geometrical shapes that you see throughout the day, especially through my life. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. What is that right there?
What's what? A circle?
That's you, right? That's your shot?
Oh yeah, that's me. Yes, of course. That's actually the Kingsbridge Armor. It was pretty dope. It was kind of scary that day because I almost lost my drone, but I got it back. It was just a cloudy day that day, but it's pretty cool to see that from that point of view. There's no building around there that's, you know, overseeing that building ever, besides whatever you're flying, unless you're in a helicopter or airplane or whatnot.
Can you become a peeping Tom with that drone?
I mean, I won't, but you know, those are those people. But I'm here for I'm just here for art, and I'm just here to, you know, show the world the beauty of what we live on every day.
That's good. So how far does that drone go before you lose connection to it?
So commercially.
'Cause that's probably how you lost it for a second, right? Went too far?
I actually lost a drone before that. But to this, they advertise it as 5 miles out.
5 miles out.
On like 3,000 feet up. But, you know, realistically, it's actually like 1.2 miles. Like, if you want a strong connection, you don't want to lose your drone ever. Yeah. You just stay in that. And you have to actually see your drone. They actually say, if you don't see your drone, it's already too far. So, like, things like that,
Is it regulated by the...
the FAA?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, all right, so just like radio is regulated as far as frequencies, they let you go up so high.
Oh, yeah. Also, I mean, you also, if you go into like a no-fly zone, it's called, they actually send you a prompt through your phone saying, hey, you're in the red zone, or you're in a class A, B, or C fly zone, or whatever. And then it tells you whether or not.
So you're like a pilot, basically, because you got to control that the height. And
actually, in Canada, they just made it like completely legal to like fly drones. And you have to have an actual like aviation license, like
anything flying in the airspace.
Yeah, like you have to like talk like pilots. You gotta like be a pilot. But like over here, it's a little bit more lenient because New York.
Wow, that's good. So you got some great shots for us.
Yes.
You're gonna come back and share more with us?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. We like your work. Where can we find? Can we go online and see some of your work?
So I go by the Bronxer in all social media platforms, which is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. My website is thebronxer.com. So,
what stands out in your mind? What's one of your best pieces that you said, "Oh wow, look at this! Look at this."
One piece that I like is pretty typical, but it's Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium.
While there was a game happening, I was in front of the 161st courthouse. I'm just like, let me just shoot it up. And then
wait, you could fly the drone inside of Yankee Stadium?
You don't want to because you might just lose it. A lot of signal interferences. So what you can do is kind of like angle it at like a 3/4 view.
Outside of this, from
outside.
Like
if you go over it, you just like living life on the edge.
They can take it.
Not even, you can just drop in there. You don't want that. So it was pretty dope. It was like over like a sunset. It was like the perfect lighting. It was enough light in the sky, towards enough light in the stadium.
One of your best shots.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Actually, it's in the State Farm's headquarters.
Somebody bought it?
Yeah, 138, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
So you're selling this?
Yeah.
To different people, yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Magazines, who are some of your clients?
Actually, I'm in a published book in Amsterdam as it's photos of New York City. So it's pretty dope. They got like a good handful of Bronx people, a good of New York, Manhattan. I was one of the Bronx people. And I got Orchard Beach on there. I got Barretto Park. I'm also on Edible Bronx magazine.
Oh, all right.
Which is a really delicious magazine.
So what are you looking to capture that you haven't captured yet?
I feel like I'm content with what I'm already capturing. So
yeah, but you're into this. You can never stop now.
I'm not gonna stop. But I like the evolution of things, like the whole timeline of how things change from point A to point B.
Yeah.
But it's more about, the art in people, like the talent in people.
Okay.
That's what I like capture.
Give me your website again.
Thebronxer.com.
All right, give him a big round of applause, everybody. Alex Rivera, founder, The Bronxer, LLC. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right, Alex, that's unfortunate. This is, it's funny how time flies when you're having fun. This is all the time we have for today's show. I'd like to thank our guests, you for joining us, our guest all the way from India. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming and checking us out. And they're from the State's International Visitors Leadership Program, right? Yes, thank you guys. And you can catch a recablecast tonight at 5 and 10 p.m. and watch anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. Or you can tune in Wednesday for an all-new episode of our Open Show with our host, Darren Jaime. For all of us here, have a great and enjoyable day. And always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you, and what you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. I'll see you on the radio over 107.5 WBLS tonight. Peace.